Hello and welcome to Monday Night MegaMek. We're going through the pre-show roster of our main cast of characters here. We have Sherry Hopscotch Sandvik. She's our jumping specialist. Every once in a while I get a comment or a message about those character dossiers saying, how do I get those in my own game of MegaMek? And the answer is you can't, because I made those. My background is in graphic design and marketing, and you can kind of tell just from the effects and things that I've created here. Edith Osthus? Osthus? I actually don't know how to say that because I've only ever read it, but she is doing a fantastic job, but she doesn't have a call sign yet. We have Ergun Roshak, our main character, our commander, the secret Clan Jade Falcon watch agent, operating the Emerald Cast Mercenaries. Gordana Banana Peel Matsui, kind of a favorite just because she's earned the name Banana Peel, for sure. And we are on Sherry again. My co-host Cheddar, enjoying the snow. She is not currently in the room with me. She is currently snuggled up and sleeping on my bed. She may join us. She may demand walkies. She might demand attention. She is a little chaos agent, and she will appear when she wants to. Last time on Monday Night MegaMek, 2 weeks ago, we had a whole bunch of just awful missions, to be blunt about it. Lots of snow, lots of just unpleasant things. And here we are on MegaMek, Mech HQ. I think those were actually the wrong gifts now that I'm looking at them. I'm not sure if I organized things here, but if we go to the briefing room, we can actually see, what we engaged in here. A frontline breakthrough, irregular force suppression, and recon evasion. And yeah, light gale does, terror. We just was not particularly enjoyable. But we made it through. Just a lesson in weather. Weather is awful. Weather is the worst. Now we do have a minor engagement that's pending and coming up. Grid reference right here. Light gale, don't like daylight. Okay, this is fine. Map, Dust Bowl, terrain, plains. This is destroy 25% of their forces to break the resolve, make it clear the holding position. So this is indeed a minor engagement, but we have to look through at our table, and we can see that, alright, our gun. Yeah, gun is hurt. Yeah, he's got a fractured jaw for 3 days. The mission is tomorrow. He's not exactly in good shape to head out. We have our backup garrison here. Wyvern, awesome. And I believe we have some unassigned warriors here. We have Arso, who is hurt. A fractured limb, left knee fracture. He's not going to be available here. So we effectively have the team of 3 in training that's supposed to take down 25%. Go back here, we can see that the enemy, the Federated Suns, have about 11,000-ish, close to 12,000 BV. We have 4,000, and right now our training force has about 5,000 BV. They're not exactly in a good position to take things down and deal with this right now. Our main force, 9,700. If you look, 1 injury, 1 fatigue, 2 fatigue, 2 fatigue, 2 fatigue. These guys are not the ones we want to be sending out right now. So, now this is a 2-month contract, right? So look at the wealth. We are really packing in a whole bunch of missions here. So I think we are going to have to send out these guys and hope they can deal that 25% BV damage to opponents. So, minor engagement. We are going to send these guys out. Got no choice. I think 2 awesomes finding a fire support position early on can probably take out 25% of the BV that's heading towards them. Right? They don't have to do a lot of work. I don't think they could take much more than that because they will attrition out, but we don't have to go very far. So here we go. And this is tomorrow, so we will have to pass one day. Let's take a look at our hangar, and we can see we have a Victor on damage in reserve. That is the purple there means it's mothballed, so it's just been left in storage. We do have an operable and an operable Crusader, a crippled Warhammer. I think this is a Crusader that we stripped. Yes, it is. So we can just go ahead and sell that. Oh, Captain, received your authorization to liquidate the Crusader, another piece of hardware off the books. For better or worse, I've completed the evaluation assessment below. Buy new, quantity, gotta sell for. It's not what she's worth, but it's what'll pay. Yep. We don't need a completely stripped Crusader. Get that out of the way. I don't think there's any immediate changes here. We do have parts to acquire. We're going to order them. Run. Alright, and this is just, yeah, a bunch of ammo and things. So, we are in good position to just advance the day and head right into this mission. Now, do we have the option? We have no rerolls. Low gravity. Temperature is not bad. Alright. Oh, I hit the transition a little early. The enemy has positioned forces in this area, but they are not yet fully committed to battle. Your objective is to inflict enough damage to force them to withdraw. Destroy at least 25% of their forces to break the resolve and make it clear that holding this position is not worth the cost. This is a show of strength. Hit them hard, make them bleed, and leave no doubt that further resistance is futile. They may attempt to counteroffensive, but once their losses mount, they will have no choice but to retreat. The victor will control the battlefield at the end of the engagement, securing the area and denying the enemy any future foothold here. Send a message, this ground belongs to us. And they have a couple of advantages. Alright, we are going to go. And while we wait for that to load and launch, put up my little pause screen here. It's taking a second. And it hasn't launched and we're frozen. There we go. All right. All right, double check, nothing. You know what? Game options, victory conditions. Actually, we don't want percent of BV to destroy checked because if we lose 25%, that means they win. It applies to both sides, so we don't want that. All right. We are going to go ahead and click I'm done. Now, I did receive some information from someone that they were having problems reading some of the information. So, a nice thing about MegaMek, for those who don't know, it is very, very customizable. What you see on my screen is not what you are going to get when you play MegaMek. Right? So, for example, my user interface scale is way up, way high. You normally do not want to play with this big of an interface. I prefer a much smaller interface myself, but I'm trying to make it as big as possible for you guys to see. This is a huge mouse. I've mentioned it before, this is the biggest, brightest, most green, obvious mouse pointer I could find online. anything bigger uses sort of disabled ease of access kind of things, and interestingly enough, I found it makes it larger on my screen. It doesn't make it larger when you're streaming. For some reason, the screen recorder thing doesn't capture an increased size mouse. So we need to find report. Right. Someone was saying that the blue color, I believe it was the blue color, is hard to see. Now this is the interesting, it is the report link color. Report success, report miss. So what we can do here, I'm using Sitka banners by font. Yes, that is, what do we can do? Sitka heading. I like that font. You can see here, we can do this, and we can make it brighter. I think having it something brighter, we'll go this one. Make it more legible for everybody. There's something, let me know in the comments at any point if you are having trouble seeing or reading anything, because like I said, this is very customizable. We can always adjust things to try and make things more legible for everybody. All right, confirm. There we go. This might be the old font, but here we are off. Nothing linked. Done. Our turn to play. Ooh, okay. This is nice. Actually, I don't know if it's nice. I don't remember where they're deploying to. This is just a briefing. I'm guessing they're deploying from the top and heading down our way, because I like the idea. We're going to deploy our guy and see where they end up. Yes. Look at this. We have an awesome there. Deploy. And we have an awesome here. Deploy. So they're going to get partial cover from everything in front of them. All right. Partial cover from everything in front of them. The only thing better, the only thing possibly better is shallow, you know, depth 1 water on this hill that they could be on top of, because that could help cool them down. So we are in an excellent position to send Doc and Wingman here to just sit and snipe. Now I am going to tell, I'm going to go here and look for commands, bot commands. We are going to tell them to set behavior. We want them to stay with us. All right, set behavior, sniper, maneuver. Hold the line. Here we go. Pilot caution exchange from 7. Maneuver, stay at range, disperse, tight formation. Alright, we're going to see what the options are here. Alright. We are going to let our enemies come to us. We have Doc here. No. We have Grace in the Wyvern. 4-5. I forget exactly what she has for weapons. Large laser, LRM. Yeah. She's also going to stay still. We're just going to stay still and let them come to us and blast them. And hopefully our allies act as a screen. Okay, here we go. Here's the brighter text that's hopefully easier to read for those of you at home. But we are done. And yeah, nothing's going to be in range just yet. Oh, let's take a look at what we got here. We have Holy in a Locust, which is a regular old cicada. And Holy is a... Oh, it's been a minute. Okay. 3-4, there it is. We have Strider, a 3-4 Phoenix Hawk. Undertone, that's a weird call sign, a 3-4 Warhammer. Merlot, a 3-4 Enforcer. Vertical, a 3-4 Shadowhawk. That's okay. That's a name I actually like. Vertical on a Shadowhawk. Shadowhawks can actually jump, so this is a pretty good one. Wasp. Okay, we have. Oh, I was gonna say what nickname is Wasp. No, it's just a Wasp. Doesn't have a nickname. ETA. ETA. Yeah, someone is not punctual. We know this person is not punctual in a grasshopper. And we have Ditto in a Warhammer. Didn't they already have a Warhammer? There we go. Yep, they have 2, so that makes sense. We have Big Nose. How could you earn the call sign Big Nose? It escapes me. In a Firestarter? No, a Wasp. We have Meteor in an Ostrok. Badminton? The Stinger. Okay. And Noble in a Panther. Ooh, I want a Panther. I love Panthers. If anybody listens to the podcast, I'm very excited about a RPG campaign special Panther that I've been using. I call it my Ultra Panther because it can fire its PPC like an Ultra Autocannon. In any case, we have one shot on Holy on a 13. I don't know if you know this, but on 2d6 you cannot possibly roll a 13, so that shot, not going to happen. We're going to skip all the other shots. That is a whole lot brighter now, isn't it? Alright, now I wonder actually, let's go back into client settings to the report. Report success, report miss, report info. Okay. Game board, main, warning color caution, ally unit color, enemy unit color, my unit color. Caution, precaution, warning. Okay, I don't think there's anything that's changed here. And we're done. Yeah, we have a very simple operation here, which is try to hope that our allies don't just immediately vaporize like that guy did. I forget his name, but one of our allies is already dead somehow, and they're charging forward. So we're gonna just skip movement again and watch as our allies just... Alright, bot commands. We are going to tell them to fall back. Pilot caution to exchange from 7 to 7. Yeah. I don't think that's going to help. They have about 50% more BV than us. They're probably going to be very cautious, right? They have the Cicada charging in here. We have a 12 on a large laser, but it's not going to cause us to overheat, so we're going to go ahead and fire that. Done. Doc. You have 11s. You're going to fire 2 PPCs. Done. And Wingman. You have 9s. Excellent. Why do you have 9s? Edge. You are a 3-4. Do you have a... No, it does not look like you have anything else. Ah, you're in medium, that's why. I was going to say, do you have an SPA, a special piloting ability that I forgot about? No, you do not. Alright, and I've just realized that some of the buttons and things are hidden here. So we're going to shrink this down so you guys can see if it would let me. Come on. No. Battling the bottom bar. Come on. There we go. Yay, buttons. Alright. And on 9s, we're not going to alpha strike. We will fire at least 2 of the guns. Done. See what happens. Alright, the Federated Suns deal a bunch of damage to Meteor. I'm not enjoying that already. Our Wyvern misses. Merlot, our ally, hits with... Nope, that's Federated Suns. Our allies are green. I wish it was easier to change the color. The colors of the AI, the player color is set sort of in order, and you can't just change it, and it's very annoying. Because I wish I could set my Draconis Combine integrated allies color to red. But in any case, Enforcer, Panther, Daredevil, yada. Doc misses. Weapons fire from Undertone. Dealing damage to our allies. Not good. Our allies are taking a lot of fire, but they charge forward right in there. Suicidal charge with light mechs. Wingman misses, so we do no damage, but we also take none. Physicals, yeah, our suicidal charge allies are taking the brunt of the damage here, but that's what it is. Yeah, see, we're already 10% down. They're not even 1% down. Oh. Alright, my training cadre here. Alright. Our awesomes are just not gonna move. There's no advantage to them moving whatsoever. They have some of the best positions they possibly could be in. So we'll have them stay still. We might want our wyvern to move, we might not. Okay. I mean, if you're just gonna leave the cicada. Okay, Ran 10. It is a TMM4 still somehow. But okay, Badminton retreated. Noble did something. Meteor hasn't moved yet. So our wyvern, you know what? Because we have an open rear right here. Skip movement. See if we can actually hit with something. All right, waiting. Princess is playing a little tap dance around another version of Princess, so this is some interesting stuff happening over here. But we have really, even if you zoom here, one target and one target only for all of our guys, which is this cicada from the rear. So yeah, fire the large laser, fire the missiles, fire the missiles. Alright, 9s. Heck with it. We're going to fire all the guns. We're going to fire them. We're going to gain a little heat, but we are on 9s. We're firing enough PPCs. This is in the rear. It's not going to take all that much to really hurt. Okay, we hit with the LRM-10. We hit in the left arm and the right arm. We get a possible critical here. Nothing happens. Alright. Princess is firing at Princess, both allied and enemy. Our allies not doing too hot. We have a PPC shot from Doc that hits the left rear torso of the cicada. Goes internal, 3 internal structure remaining. Excellent. We have a hit to the left leg, pierces to the armor. No critical. Alright, so we've not gotten any critical hits yet. And the Federated Sun's Warhammer is really trying to hurt our allied Ostrock. The pain continues, although a lot of misses. This is nice. Needs 7, misses. Here we go. Wingman shoots, hits the right arm, section destroyed, goes into right torso rear, hit 2 armor remaining, but misses with PPC number 2. Hits with PPC number 3 into the left leg, which was already hit, section destroyed. 4 damage transfers to the left torso rear, which is then destroyed because we already hit it. So we just, 1 damage transfers to the center torso rear, which doesn't do anything. So look at that. That is the left torso and the left leg gone, which also means we get the arm. So that cicada is probably, during the movement phase of this next turn, the pilot's going to eject. But allies are falling apart. Oh, excuse me. Scrolling. Okay. Melee. Some stuff happens. Meteor takes a gyro hit. It's gone. Meteor is probably going to eject after a couple of failed attempts to stand. We are at 85. They are at 94. So Badminton's back here. Yep. The Cicada ejected. We have Badminton and Noble acting as sort of a forward shield. They are maintaining position near us, which is what we want. We're going to have the Awesome stay put again. Meteor is standing. Hey! Meteor is up and standing. That was definitely unexpected. It's still going to die. But, hey. It's taking hits. Taking hits that we don't have to take. We just need to kill 25%. And with partial cover awesomes, partial cover dual awesomes, I think we can still do this. The Wyvern, on the other hand, is... I think it's time to get them in a position where they can get out there and build some TMM. Now, we are in low gravity. We have piloting of 5. We are not actually going to do that. We want just a jump of 4, which is the normal jump. We are going to face this way so we can maximize movement and build a TMM. Yep. Cicada destroyed by ejection. Boom. Now we have Merlot is actually shooting on our awesomes. Or not, at one of our awesomes, which I don't like. That is with the, guessing the AC-10. But we can do this. Hey, you're good. Oh, sorry. It's been a long day. Alright, 13s, no shot, skip firing. Doc, what do you got? You got 9s? Fire, fire. Done. And Wingman. What do you got on Merlot? Also 9s. Fire, fire. Done. And we will scroll through and see that they missed us. And we missed them. Turn of whiffs. Let's go. I'll take that. As always, the awesomes do the awesome thing, and that is stand still behind partial cover. Princess, enemy princess is, if you look here, I don't know if we can see exactly. See the large laser range, which is not quite, here we go, LRM range, 21. Very similar to the range for the PPCs, and you can kind of see how they're forming a line right on the edge of the PPC, so it is what it is. Goodness. Jeez. In any case, this is the movement phase. I forget what our movement is. You're 585 because of low gravity, so normally a 4-6. So moving 7 hexes is actually going to cause a PSR if you look on 5. We don't want to risk that right now. So we can actually just walk 5, except Noble is right there. Let's see if we can get him to move. Yeah! Next player button for the win! 5 hex walk. Boom. Alright, now let's take a look here. We're going to go to Dock and see. Yep. Called it. Princess is building their line right at the edge of the range of the PPC and sending just little duders in. But you know what we can do? You can shoot at those duders. Strider, which is definitely a Lord of the Rings reference. But Strider, you are not taking great strides to success. And here we go. 2 PPCs hit of the 3 from Doc. Stripping a lot of armor from the right arm and the right leg. Right side damage here. We have some misses. Me miss. They miss. Everybody misses. Which I am okay with. We lose initiative, I think. Yeah. Alright. We're at 85, they're at 91. Let's keep going. I mean, we got a jam that just came on. We got a jam. Awesome. Stay still. they move. Their Warhammer is still hiding in the firing line position. Awesome. Stay still. Alright. Now we have our Wyvern Striders move closer. And in fact, we can do a fun jump behind. Which we are... Do we want to do that? Because this is a lot of guns that can shoot at a Wyvern right there. I think the answer is actually going to be known. And instead, we are going to occupy a position. So here's the thing about partial cover. So it depends if you're behind this hex for partial cover from this direction. It is a +1 to your defensive, and any shots that would hit your legs hit the terrain. So it's actually better than just a regular +1. Partial cover is better than light woods or a 1 extra TMM, because there's a chance to not take any damage at all. And it's on this line here. So this line heading up is the partial cover line. Vertical shooting would give, this position would give me partial cover from ETA, Undertone, the Wasp, and Holy. Vertical's on the line, so defender chooses, and I think MegaMek defaults to you choose the better thing. Therefore, we'd have partial cover from vertical. Merlot, we would not have partial cover from, but is a 3-4 AC-10. Walked, we can tell from the blue. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would proc a PSR. We want at least 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That would be a run. But I like that. No. Let's go back to space. So there we go. 1 TMM, but partial cover. We're going to start with the awesomes, and we are going to blast the F out of Strider. We want kills, not necessarily the most efficient kills. We just want kills at all. I don't think we have any better shots than, yeah, shooting at Strider. 12s and 13s, yeah, just the large laser from the Wyvern. Awesome number 2, we are shooting all the PPCs. Just killing the thing that we can. Kill, kill, kill. Alright. Ally misses. Enemy hits with a large laser on Wingman. Partial cover right there. Hits the leg. No, awesome suffers no damage. That's exactly what we want. Hit the legs. We have Doc shooting at Strider the Phoenix Hawk. Destroys the arm. Goes through into the right torso. Gets a double crit. Knocks out 2 jump jets. Excellent. We have a PPC. Tries to hit that missing arm. Continues through the right torso. Continues in the center torso. So we have section destroyed. That thing is hurting. That's just the first awesome. Let's see if the second awesome does anything. Undertone hits our ally. Strider shoots at... There we go. Strider shoots at Wingman. Hits. Destroys our searchlight. Oh no. We can't spotlight anymore, but... Takes 5 into center torso. Excellent. Lots of misses. We do get AC5 hit, LRM hit, loses it to the leg, and this is 2 shots. 2 shots already hit the legs instead of connecting to eliminate armor. So we are doing good here. And here we go. Wingman, our awesome number 2, hits the left arm, destroys, eliminates some guns, damage transfers into the left torso. So Strider is hurting, falls, takes a bunch of damage. Excellent. Done. We are doing all right. We only got to get them down, and now look, we've started to even out here. Our team is at 84%. Their team is at 86%. If we round generously, we are 1% off. As always, awesomes. Your job is to stand behind the hill and shoot. difficult choice of what to do with the Wyvern, which does not have... We can walk 5. I think that is actually our best bet in terms of maintaining ability to shoot and TMM. We can walk backwards 5, forwards 5. Waiting for Princess to move. Badminton runs forward. Noble the Panther is hiding behind the line there. I think we can probably bot command, maneuver. Maximize aggression, bravery for an auto cell. Yes, we want them running forward now. Our best shot is going to be at Merlot with a large laser, and that's what we're going to do. And is in medium range with the LRMs. Generates 4 heat. We would overheat by 1. We're going to do it. So that's not a lot of painful heat. Alright. Interesting fact here. We have a Wasp at short range at +3. And Undertone at medium range at +1. The difference between short and medium is 2. Therefore, these are going to be the exact same target numbers. And while we are trying to kill, I don't think shooting the Wasp that costs them... Do we see the BV in here? We do not. Do we see the BV here? We do. 384 BV. Undertone. 1,638. Destroying this Warhammer by itself could be enough to tip us over. So we are, in fact, going to do that. We are going to blast that Warhammer with 6 PPCs and just see what happens. Alright, large laser, miss. LRM 10, hit, 6 missiles, 6 damage to the opponent. Our Wyvern's doing something. Bunch of misses. Doc, hits with 2 PPCs. We have right torso, we have left arm, 20 damage. That is enough to proc a piloting skill roll, so it might fall over. Merlot the Enforcer hits with an AC 10 on Wingman. Bunch of misses. Here we go. Wingman shoots the PPC at Warhammer, at the enemy Warhammer. Undertone. 10 damage to the left leg. Section destroyed. Guess it's already taken previous damage. I don't think we hit that leg, did we? We did not. So that leg has already been hit by one of our allies, which leg is gone. It's going to fall over. We do get some critical hits anyway. Oh, hi, Cheddar. Cheddar's joined us. Second PPC. Ammo explosion. Perfect. This is beauty. This is art. This is 1,600 BV gone. This destroyed. You drinking your water? Drinking your water? Yep. And that's gonna put us ahead. Undertone, the thing that just died, shot at the Panther. Stripped armor, but didn't get any internals on it. Holy the Locust does hit with a medium laser, machine gun, and machine gun into Wingman. How close is that guy? Oh, right in front. Oh boy. Done. Well, we get to punch it in the legs. Punch! 7%. We punch, we miss. They kick, they hit. Doesn't hit the head, so we are okay. Done. Alright, heat. Yep. Alright, let's see it. Team 1, 67. Team 2, 67. We are practically tied for BV, but you know what 67% is? It's less than 75, so we just won. We just won. Slash victory. Boom. Hit the done button. Put the pause screen up while we just round out the last little diddly doos and save gifts. And here we go, Mech HQ. Do you want to declare your side as controlling a battlefield? I control the battlefield. It doesn't really matter because we have no salvage rights here. And Cheddar has wandered off after drinking some water. Undamaged. Beautiful. Next. 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 Cicada. We definitely did get that kill. I'm gonna give it to Doc. Perfect. First mission done. Alright, I will be back in just a second. I gotta check on my dog. All right, hello everybody, I am back. Now, if there is chat happening, I have not seen a single message. I know there, oh, just this top chat, live chat. There we go. Hopefully we'll see something here. It says there's a few of you out there watching. I just want to make sure there's not a technical error on my part where I can't see your messages. So, Cheddar, for anybody new, for anybody watching in the VOD later on, Cheddar, I'm going to actually pull up a picture here. The dog that just popped her head in, she is 14. She has diabetes. She has a bad hip. She can't always... She's not the best at telling me when she needs to go. She's not the best at holding it in. So I just wanted to check and make sure she was okay and that we had disposable dog pee pads out where she likes to pee. She's been trained. She knows to pee on those when she can't actually hold it in or make it to ask to go outside. I love her. Senior dogs, senior puppies, veteran experience. You gotta just appreciate that she is still alive, still happy, still smiling, still running around in the snow. That's my opinion. And you enjoy every minute you can with senior dogs. Now, in any case, we just won. And we have everything coming into the repair bay. Nope. We are just going to hit the instant thing. We don't have any parts to acquire. I think they're still being, in the field here. So we are going to advance today. We got them back. We're going to double check the repair right now. We are going to... Yep, your procurement personnel have used up all of their acquisition attempts for this period, so we can't actually order stuff. But we are hoping, this is a 2-month contract, and we are hoping that that was the last mission. Double checking the briefing room, we have nothing coming up. We're just going to hit the advance the day button. Battle, general, technical, politics, skill checks, yep. What does it say? Recon raid. Did that pop up? Did we just get that? No, that's our scenario. That's our contract. Recon raid. This is what we're doing for the Draconis Combine. Just hitting that advanced day button until something happens. Your admin trans personnel cannot use their administration skill to create just support points, as you order reach a maximum of 2 support points. Okay, I'm okay with this. Approaching the end. Ooh, another powerful political or military figure within the Lyran Commonwealth has taken an interest in you. Understood. Okay. Is that the politics? Yep, there's nothing happening there. Coming to the end of the month. No new mission. Captain, the Gears current deployment is officially concluded. Allied commanders are waiting for their formal confirmation before they can release us for deployment obligations and authorize the disbursement of any remaining funds owed. I recommend we finalize and submit the necessary after-action reports. Yes, I better take a look. So we have to go to the briefing and we have to complete the mission. Success. Yes. Captain, the enemy is offering 5,280,000 C-bills for their captured personnel. Yeah, I'll take the money. Nobody wants to leave the unit. Great, because we just completed this and we have the awards. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Served on a covert operations team. It's an award that gives us 2 XP each. Okay, like whatever. 1 edge. Everybody gets another point of edge, and edge is absolutely vital. Yes. Wonderful. 6 pilot kills in the mission. There we go. Yep. And we have partook in combat on a house world not covered by war. All right. Issue awards. Gordana, gunnery skill of 5+, because we improved her gunnery. Excellent. Boom. Fantastic. Your standing with the Draconis Combine has increased by 2.73 regard. You are still untested. Your standing with the Mercenary Review Board has increased by 2.73 regard. You are still registered. Alright, let's advance the day into a new month. It's going to give us new contracts. These are people who might want to leave. Target number 1, pay bonus, I don't care, because it costs us a total of 1,000 C-bills. We just got tons of money for finishing contract. We are at 33 million and they wanted 1,000. Oh wow. Here we go. New month. 46 personnel gain vocational experience. Personnel market updated. Hi Cheddar. What you doing? Yep. She is peeing on a pee pad. Cheddar. Her head is down. Even if she was asking to go out, I have headphones on. I couldn't have heard her. Oh, puppy. Well, if you heard her through the mic at home, where you are, well, let me know. A dropship has appeared in the unit market. A dropship has appeared in the unit market. We can't afford a dropship. Contract market. Alright, we have worked for the Lygon Commonwealth. We have worked for the Draconis Combine. We want to work for the Federated Sons. And look at that, we have 2 missions. Our enemies are mercenaries. Ooh. The Hawkmen. Mercenaries from the Compelling Confederation. That's a nice one. We have a contract for the Compelling Confederation. The enemy is the Free World's Republic. I kind of want to fight another mercenary force. So also, the contract is only 3 months. Salvage rate is 30%. Okay. Okay, Elvin. Alright, Elvin, who negotiated us to an improvement of nothing on our last contract for salvage, because we want salvage. Alright, can you improve it? 3, 2, 1... No! No, Elvin. You lost us. You lost us salvage rights. Alright, before we do this, any more of this, personnel. Administrators. Where's Elvin? Elvin, you have 20 experience. You're a veteran. Veteran admin logistics. Why are you part of a crew? Okay. I don't understand that. We're going to none. You don't need to be as part of a crew as an administrator. But Elvin, why? No, you have no negotiation. That's why what it is. Can we spend experience to... We don't need combat abilities. Current skills. There we go. No, we need 60 experience to increase his negotiation because he sucks. You suck, Elvin. despite being a veteran. Oh, we have Eugene, the heroic admin. Great. You... I forget, is the 2 good? Yeah, I think the 2 is good. Look at you. I know we need HR people. But can we switch you? We're gonna change this. We're gonna change you. Alright, we want you to admin HR, and we are making our heroic person. We are changing you to admin logistics. There we go. That might mess up our HR capacity. No, we're good here. Let's go back to the contract market. Let's go back to this. Yes, Eugene. Eugene, can you, with your heroic negotiation skills, do us better than 0%? Look at that. So we really don't get much in the ways of salvage, but we do. They are covering 60% of our costs, paying for all of our transport. So cool. Estimated profit 11, but that's over 3 months. This is 15 months. Goodness, 0%. Yeah, our salvage rights aren't looking much better with any other options, and I kind of want a contract. Now, we are also kind of in need of parts and repairs. We do, while moving around, 52 days of transit time is not the most to customize a unit or do things that are interesting, but it is only 3 months, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I feel like we have the good stuff here. Personnel market, though. I think we could use a new mech warrior or two. Split it by profession. Do we have any mech warriors? No, we do have mech techs. And I kind of want more mech techs. Can we hire multiple people at the same time? We can. Bring us Aztecs. Bring us mech techs. A couple mechanics. Ooh, wait. We have an admin limit. Yep, we can hire 4 people. Personnel market. Alright. We want a mech tech. Let's take a look at their personalities here. Performance exam. Puts in the hours, refuses shortcuts, effort equals survival. Okay, we'll strip allies for parts if they're the last thing left to take. I kind of like that. Versus the other regular. Owns every fight, loud, showy, competent, uses confidence as a weapon, bleeds others, not themselves, doesn't lose sleep. Okay, that is not a pleasant sort of review here. I like this guy. This guy's like, I will fix your stuff even if I have to steal from allies. We're gonna recruit him. There you go. I see. Offer golden hello. No, we want some more mech warriors. Oh, hey, look at this. They've changed things around here. It's been a minute. We have Kathleen. Kathleen Lee. Okay, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Like that little symbol. What is? I'm just calling her Leroy. Kathleen Leroy. Alright, exam. Takes the room and runs with it. Natural momentum. Interesting. Swimming and interrogation. Reputation. Gunnery. You know, she is a 4/6. I don't like that, but we are going to pick her for a background. Part of it, a unit like this is going to be personality for our secondary people here. We have Ed Jonat, who is a gunnery 5, piloting 4. That's interesting. Rejects caution, speed over safety. Bravery, recklessness depends on the day. And I don't really want that kind of Ismo Corp. Ismo. Do we like Ismo? Performance exam, 44%. Sees all conflict as war, solves everything loud and hard. 5/5. Kathleen Leroy, I think you are a winner if we're going to hire someone right now. And are we going to hire someone right now? Yes. Because we're heading right into a contract. And we now have an extra person unit market. Dragon, Firestarter, Shadowhawk, Victor. We already have Victor, Catapult, Shadowhawk, Raven. The Raven X. Ooh, this is the one that has the E-War equipment? Yes. So, it's the one that has the not very good ECM. Not worthwhile. Show mechs. Show vehicles. What do we got? SRM carrier. We did have our convoy attacked, and we lost some stuff here. But we need HR people. Actually, yeah, we need personnel market. So let's support personnel, mechanic, admin command, ultra green. No. We need admin HR. Administrators, just him. All right. So nothing interesting. Let's just go ahead and take that contract, move right onto it. Morale update. The enemy is gaining momentum. Okay. This is Natalie Strzegsniski. You've got a record of nothing, which isn't always a bad thing. Do the work, we'll see if you're worth remembering. Plans are in place to integrate your unit into our logistics network. Surplus supplies will be directed your way monthly, and distribution will be need-based. Frontline units with a heavy attrition get priority. This is the replacement for standard procurement. However, if you've got logistics vehicles you're willing to attach to the network, we can bump your priority and ensure your units see larger shares. Your route to the contract system has been plotted and uploaded. Tech teams are on standby to prep your force to the transport. Everything should be ready by the time you reach the staging area. I'm looking forward to working with you. There we go. Offered sister personnel is getting equipment ready for transport. Sure. Target systems in Newton. I've already calculated the best journey. 52 days. Sure. Let's do this. Captain, the Federated Suns is offering us access to several support facilities under the current contract. We've got options, extra medical bays, a full mass unit, things get bloody, and even a connection to some vetted security subcontractors. It's not charity, everything comes with the monthly tag. Yeah, if I remember right, we spent a little bit of money on this and just had an absurd amount of facilities. But, I mean, look at that. 2 C-bills per month. I mean, I'm going to do 5. No, we're just gonna do 10, 10, 10. What does it even say over there? Each mass facility rental costs 1 C-bills per month and provide 25 additional mash capacity. That's absurd. Each kitchen facility rental costs 1 C-bills per month. That monthly rate has gotta be something off. That can't be right for this much. I'm going to look into the settings in just a minute and be like, okay, because screw it. 25. Are you sure? Confirm. Close. So let's go into Mech HQ client options, MegaMek options, campaign options. Let's look at the campaign options. Is it logistics, maintenance and repairs, human resources, operations? There we go. Because the rental opportunities are offered with sighting contract set 0 to disable, but this is the cost. It's just set to 1 for some reason, and set to 0. So yeah, maintenance space for prison guards per month. I mean, at the very least, we're just by default upgrading it to 10 times. At the very least, we're doing that. Because 1 C-bill per month for a mess hall of 150 people or whatever is absurd. Doesn't make any sense. All right, let's go to the interstellar map. So this is the path we're taking, and we can basically just hit the button until we get there. Always use command circuits. Okay, avoid empty systems. There we go. we are going to advance multiple days. New week. There is, yeah, traveling Newton, 6 jumps remaining. Estimated jump cost remaining that much. Let's see what pops up here. Check the rolls. Warning, liquid climate is affecting how factions view you. Okay. Towards maintenance, yada yada yada. 2 jumps remaining, 1 jump remaining. Wish there was something that was all. What? Hold. Corporal Jonet Hopscotch Salam suffered a personality break. They are now calling themselves Corporal Sherry Hopscotch Sandvik. The entire what? I'm very confused what that was. They're hiding migrant compellents to run the Chow Hall for cheap. Yeah. Alright, I'm very confused what that personnel message was where Sherry suffered a personality break and changed her name. Yeah. But she was already Sherry. I didn't realize she changed to Jonet. I don't know why. I'm very confused why there isn't just an all updates button. But yeah, okay. What? Personality break again. I'm very confused. Are you... Sherry, are you okay? Why is she going through multiple personality breaks? Why is Sherry Jonet and then Sherry? I'm so... What is going on? Alright, we got 1 job left. Let's just... There it is again. Corporal Jonet Hopscotch Salam sub-protective. They are calling themselves Sherry. She keeps every week changing her name back and forth. Look under implants and abilities. Okay. There is medical log. Look under implants and abilities. Is that... Oh, there we go. Jumping Jack, Train Master. Minor Psychosis, Plissivers. Ah! The character gains a number of random personalities. Each week they have a chance to switch one of their personalities. While the character's personality has switched, they temporarily lose all levels in the connections tree. While this SPA does exist in a time of war, these effects are unique to Mech HQ. Okay! Okay, Sherry Hopscotch is having some issues, and all right, abilities. Buy off flaws. 300 experience to buy off split personality. All right. Perform advanced surgery. I'm gonna click that. Brain. Remove all brain implants. What? Oof. Cosmetic beauty enhancement. Cosmetic surgery. Brain. Ooh. Cyber speech implant. What? What is this? Bionic eyes. What does bionic eyes do? Skills modifier 1 adds 1 to perception. Okay, okay. What? We can do cool. What is MegaMek and Mech HQ keeps getting more interesting. Innards. Pheromone infusers, secondary power supply. Bones. Bone reinforcement. We can reinforce bones. Significant compulsion, drug reliance. Once per company required to pay a stipend of 42 C-bills to pay for medicine. If the character has any prosthetics, the stipend increases +1 per normal. Alright, this is interesting. Bonus of 1 toughness. Right foot. Right leg. Rump. Cosmetic tail. Oh my gosh, we could make the cat girls. Abdomen. Cosmetic surgery. Organs. Bionic organ. Other. Bionic organs with filtration. Lungs. Cyber lungs, heart, bionic heart, right hand, advanced prosthetic hand, cloned hand, cosmetic surgery, elective Meyermar hand implant is 1 dexterity. Okay, okay. Left arm, ears, bionic. All right, okay. Things are. Oh boy, change rank, view medical records. She did not have this flaw. This came up recently, and I'm okay, Sherry. As long as you're still capable of interacting, we are okay. We are on the planet. Mission requires. We have our training cadre weight class on patrol. We have our command lance on frontline duty. Support points. 5 victor points, 2 convoy cargo size, about 16 tons. What is our convoy? No crew. The Buffalo hover truck. All right. Well, while we're here, let's take a quick look at the personnel market, and we've got nothing. Only on military maneuvers. Got it. All right. Total requirements. We have patrol 2. We have a total of 4. Alright. Alright. Let's just switch to Mech Warriors because we did hire a new one, but we have Arso who is healed up. So we can actually put Arso back in our training. There we go. And I think we should rename it. We have our command lance and secondary lance. Boom. Alright. Alright, my brain is still kind of confused by the whole split personality thing that just happened all of a sudden. So, we are just going to hit the advanced day button and see what happens. Oh, there we go. Our first scenario appeared on literally my first click of the advanced day button. A breakthrough. Alright. Alright. Briefing room. Breakthrough. We are trying to break through the enemy line. Objective is have enough to break through enemy lines to reach the far side engagement zone. We are working for the Federated Suns against the enemy mercenaries. They have just shy of 13,000. We have 5,000. I think if we just assign our main guys here, because they are our main guys. Fatigue 0. We're doing it. Confirm. Now they have available BV as a frontline unit to do stuff, but I don't generally care about that. Where's the confirm button? Commit. There we go. In 3 days. Now, before we do anything else, let's take a look and make sure. Okay, wind, strong gale, fog, light fog, blowing sand, yes. Gravity, slightly high. Atmosphere, no. We're re-rolling that. Reroll. Oh no, we can't reroll the gale and the light fog. We have clear, daylight, and snow. Temperature 4. Alright. Let's keep going. We're on the 30th. So 1. Let's double check a repair by. Everything's good. Everything's repaired. Boom. All right. And convoy escort in 2 days. All right. And we'll deal with that when we get done with the mission. So let's go here. We will launch it up. Breakthrough. Start. Your objective is to break through enemy lines and reach the far side of the engagement zone. At least 50% of your forces must reach the destination, and only fully operational units will count. If the enemy resistance proves too strong, you have an alternate path to victory. Destroy at least 50% of enemy forces to force them into disarray and open the way. Be advised, the enemy will control the field when this is over. Alright. The enemy appears to have high quality equipment. Your employer is deployed alongside an integrated force. Enemy scout mixer there. Planetary garrison infantry report in the area. Okay. Commence drop. Alright, now here's the thing. Federated Suns integrated allies. I always hate here. Now here we'll see here. They're red. The Federated Suns integrated allies are red. I hate that. I want to be able to change their color, player settings, but I grumble. The Hawkmen opt for are green. Green should not be the color of allies. Green is their player color, but there's not nothing I can do. I can see if I add a bot or player setup, configure player. Yeah, there's no option I see to change their color. And I don't like that. Boo. I wish I could. For some reason, I think I remember there was a way to do it, but nope. Alright. But hey, look. Our allies are blue. They've got the Fed Suns color. I like the camouflage. I like this game. I like MegaMek a lot. They're making it better on a continual basis. And like just things like this, just seeing in Mech HQ how it defaults these guys to Fed Suns colors and whatnot. You know, I'm liking it. It's fun. The random chaos. I had no idea that you could, you know, pay for surgeries on your units. The water is weirdly animated, but only when you're zoomed out. Alright, it's my turn to deploy minefields. I don't bother. Done. Remaining units to deploy. Hawkmen have on round 3. That is the recon mechs. There's the sort of bonus here. Team 1, that's us. We have 15,000 BV. Team 2 is 12,000 BV. So we have the advantage here. Now we are supposed to be just running across the map. That is supposedly our main goal, and it is kind of what I will be doing because we can't control the battlefield, we can't get salvage, and we only have 20% of salvage anyway. But mind you, if we do somehow kill 50% of them, then we win. As usual, it's looking like just charging through on the right side is going to be better, because look at all these trees, look at all those hills, look at this blockade of water versus fewer hills. The water doesn't cover the edge here. We definitely don't want to go through these swamps. These are the worst. These can get your unit stuck. And we have just the clearest path just on the right side. So let's put our slowest unit up forward first. Same here. Our allies mechanized infantry and is just deploying right into the middle of the map for some reason. Okay. Hopscotch. And air gun. Alright. Now that we're back to our main cast of characters, there are 2 things to remember with these people. The first is that Edith in the longbow has not earned a call sign yet. Edith's Othless. So, if you think, where are the baddies deploying? We'll go there too. Yeah, that's what they're doing. The mechanized wheeled platoon. Snake! Snake. Snake. Snake is right there next to, is that Banjo? Bango? It's hidden by the thing. What does it say here? Banjo. It is Banjo. Banjo the Guillotine. What? Banjo the Guillotine worldwide. The Hunchback. Oh, AC-10 Hunchback. Very important. AC-20 Hunchback is something you definitely want to remember. We have a Stalker and Loudmouth. What is Loudmouth? Loudmouth is actually the LRM carrier. Okay. I don't like an upscaled LRM carrier. Stinger, Grasshopper. It seems like... Oh. It seems like... Okay, Aberration, the Stinger, Banjo. It seems like they're not the most skilled force. We're seeing a lot of just regular named units, and that puts us in an advantage here. So, now this is a slightly high gravity planet, but it's not enough to change movement profiles that much. Alright. Hopscotch, you have the jumping mech, so you are going to jump. You can hear Loudmouth from across the map. Yeah! With missiles. Explodey missiles. Banana peel. Oh, we should look through our allies here. So obviously we have the random mechanized foot platoons and Snake that have just sort of appeared in the middle of the map to engage the enemy forces. Now the thing is, unless they have anti-infantry weapons specifically, those units are going to be difficult to kill. So this foot platoon, which is in wood, so they're not out in the open. If you look through here, BV only 100, movement 24 active troopers. Now, most weapons deal 1/5 or 1/10 of their damage, and every 1 damage kills 1 trooper. So if you fire a PPC, you know, it normally deals 10 damage to a mech, it might kill 1 or 2 guys. I forget what the damage divider there is. So that means, in theory, you have to hit with 12 to 24 PPC hits to kill this flip platoon. Now, the problem with that is machine guns kill like 3d6 units, and other things can be more effective. And so if they have machine guns, those things can die pretty fast. But if they don't, there we go. There's machine guns in the Stinger. But if they don't have anti-infantry weapons, it is going to be very difficult to root those guys out, and it means our enemies are going to be focusing on the infantry while we run through. So this is probably not going to be the most difficult mission. Let's go damage high-low. We don't have any enemies in range. We don't have any enemies in range. Crusader. This is our special custom Crusader. Damage high-low. No enemies in range. Cambo Prime and infantry caught in open gets double damage. That is correct. Infantry out in the open do receive double damage, but if you're killing 2 guys instead of 1 guys and there's 24 of them, it is still quite a slog. Now alright, range, high-low. We have our L-20 is 1 out of range of our longbow here. So, too bad MegaMek infantry by default is wearing armor which has damage, so it's a wash. Yeah. Alright. Oh! AC2 at our longbow actually hits on 11, but that's only 2 damage, so we don't need to worry about that. Lots of interesting things happen. So the Hunchback fires a medium laser at mechanized hover platoon. You'll see here, need 6, roll 6, hits. Direct fire weapon against infantry, damage changed from 5 to 2. Infantry platoon caught in open, damage doubled. So mechanized hover platoon laser takes 4 damage, 12 men are alive. Small laser, damage from 3 to 2, and so on. So, yeah. And here we have the foot platoon. I think this is a laser marine foot platoon that we were just looking at. Laser pistol, need 6, roll 6, 16 troopers hit, causing 5 damage. Like, that's the thing to remember. This foot platoon here, this foot platoon here we were just looking at is 100 BV and just dealt, in hits of 2, they just dealt 5 damage. You know, that almost pays for itself right there. And they're still around. And there we go. Another flip platoon. Hits for 4 damage. Now, they don't have the best range. Yeah. Pew, pew, pew. They are just pew, pew, pewing. And if you don't have anti-infantry weapons, they are just a slog to get through. I skipped the attack report, but I don't think we really got hit anything. Now, if you look here, damage double, 2 damage. This mechanized hover platoon did just sort of die out in the open. Yeah, they were right there. Snake is still around. No, that was Snake. They killed Snake. Snake, Snake, Snake. Or, in a video game reference, it's a badger, badger, badger. It's Snake, a snake. Oh, it's a snake. Now it's not a snake. It's not even a badger. All right, end report. We're done. Yada yada. Let's get to movement. We want to be able to shoot at some point. And we're gonna have Sherry in the hopscotch. Sherry the Ostrock, her custom Ostrock with jump jets. Because she is just a jolly jumper. Go first. Longbow, run, run, longbow, run. Oh, I was wondering why everyone could move so slow. It's because there's fog. If you look, light fog means it's 2 movement points to go through here. You can do what's called reckless movement, and you guys can't see that button. So let me adjust again here so you guys can see all of the buttons on MegaMek. There we go. So if you look here, let's cancel movement. You have the reckless button. Reckless means you ignore conditions and can move normally, but it causes a PSR. However, this is Banana Peel. Yep, Strong Gale. She is definitely going to move recklessly because she is reckless. Your gun would be doing it, but I forgot that there's fog. All right, Aberration. Hits on 14. Yeah, okay. Even our special main character cannot hit, cannot get 14s on 2d6. So, yeah, no shots there. Sherry Hopscotch, who only has a +1. Yep. Attacker jumped +1. She's got one of the best, most overpowered SPAs. But that doesn't help on a TMM5. We do have a possible rear shot on a TMM2 here. Banana Peel doing anything that makes the PSR harder doesn't seem wise. Yes, but she is reckless when it's going forward here. I think we have a rear shot on Worldwide. The Hunchback. We are going to make it. Fire that PPC. Done. Getting a little, speaking of Gordana Banana. She is a PPC shot on 11. Well, she won't overheat, so she's going to do that. I realized before that this force just has a lot of PPCs, but when you're playing basically intro tech, PPCs and medium lasers are kind of the most optimized things in the game right now. All right, 11s on missiles. Yeah, we're not going to waste ammo on that. Now, Aberration is closer, but it is a 14, so no shots. All right. The Hawkmen fire AC2s at an allied awesome. Where is our allied awesome? Right down there. Okay, we missed some of our allies. We have a Warhammer, we have an awesome, and we have a JagerMek, but not a good JagerMek, a regular crap JagerMek. Whomp Whomp. Hold on. Whomp Whomp. The 3-4 Wolverine. Okay. We have our favorite friend. We have a target that we hope lives, and that's Whomp Whomp. Anybody that shoots at Whomp Whomp becomes primary target. That's my thing. All right. See, look at all this anti-infantry thing. Look, AC-10 hit. Infantry changes damage from 1 to 1. Oh wait, direct fire weapon against infantry. Damage changed from 10 to 1. Infantry armor changes damage from 1 to 1. Yeah. Medium lasers are the standard by which all other weapons are based. Literally, PPCs are Dracon's Combine's way to save money on ammo. Yeah, the Inner Sphere standard good old medium laser. 1 ton, 1 crit, 5 damage, 3 heat, 369. Like, it is just a solid weapon. It is the weapon against, in fact, yes. All other weapons can be judged by their comparison to the standard medium laser. Stinger, Aberration, Sheer just shooting a lot of infantry. Hopscotch misses the shot. And not a lot else to report. There we go. Whomp whomp. Team rolls 1. Team 1 rolls a 12. I thought Team 1 rolls 1. Okay. Team roll 12. We're good. 98 to 99 BV. We're doing fine. We've just lost some infantry. Alright. Now that we remember that there's a weather condition make everything move so slow, we can start... Whoa! Hold on. What? I guess it is round 3. Their scouts have suddenly appeared, and one of them is an urban mech that chose to just appear. See how it's bright? That means it hasn't moved yet. It just appeared behind air gun. Reckless back up. And yeah, you're going to do that. You're going to move. You're going to get some distance from that thing. Gordana Banana, you are going to recklessly move forward because that's what you do. Edith, I think you are just going to turn and try to delete things. Because you are a longbow with a whole bunch of medium lasers. A wild urban mech has appeared. Oh, I wish I had the music and could play that music from Pokemon. Alright, Sherry, Hopscotch. I kind of want to actually jump her forward more. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, because they're distracting foot platoons this way. I actually want to be able to jump 5 right there for the partial cover the following turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you jump her there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, she can in the next turn. So boom. Federated Suns are moving. Here we go. Movement phase. Air gun rolls 11. 5. Gordana Banana rolls a 5. Needs a 4. She's cutting a little close. Here we go. We are going to kill some things. So, Longbow, you have a bunch of medium lasers. In fact, you have 6. You should probably fire all 6 of those onto that urban mech. Done. Your gun. You have an enemy locust to shoot. You should just shoot it with, I guess, yeah, we'll go on all of your energy weapons. Done. Next we have Hopscotch. Notice how while she has changing personalities, her call sign doesn't change. I'm just gonna call her Hopscotch. She is Hopscotch, and I will just, you know, let everything else kind of settle out while we figure out how to deal with that. Now, ooh, we gotta shoot Loudmouth. We gotta shoot the LRM carrier, I think possibly from the rear, because that thing needs to die. Done. We do not like enemy LRM carriers. Okay. Gordana Banana, I think you shoot at the enemy Crusader. Done. Here we go. The urban mech hits air gun with an AC-10. Possible critical rerolled with edge, 2 edge remaining. It hits the CT, but not a possible critical. Destroys the searchlight. Okay. Pike support vehicle fires AC-2s at the longbow. Hits with 1. That's another plink. Here we go. Weapons fire for the longbow. First, medium laser misses. Medium laser 2 and 3 both hit. 4 misses, 5 hits, 6 hits. There we go. But we have a glancing blow to narrow low profile on 2 of the hits, having damage. I didn't realize that Urban Mechs had that, but it does kind of make sense that an Urban Mech has a low profile. It is a short little garbage can. Guillotine Banjo hits. Yep, look at this. Hits with a large laser. Damage changed from 8 to 1. Damage doubled. Infantry armor changes damage from 2 to 1. Full platoon. 26 men alive. 25, 24, 23. All of this. Large laser, medium laser, medium laser, medium laser. 4 guns. Kill a grand total of 4 guys. Oof. And weapons fire for foot platoon. Deal serious damage with a critical to Loudmouth, the LRM. Yeah, LRM carrier. So I feel like this is in the bag. We're just kind of playing it through. You got a gun, gets a critical hit on the engine of the Locust, continues some fire. You know, hits with everything, deals some nasty damage. The Locust hits Edith in the longbow. Just taking little plinks of damage. Aberration. Okay. Allied Flamer platoon hits their stalker. Yada yada, lots of stuff happening. Okay. Loudmouth. Oh no. Okay, this is gross. What are the potential alternate ammos for LRM carriers? I don't know if people have been paying attention or on the VODs watching through some of this. In some of our earlier missions, there were some random LRM ammo, like anti-TSM, that just suddenly appeared when it was technically impossible. It just sort of, you know, logistics was created across the other side of the inner sphere. It technically existed, and then immediately appeared in the arsenal of our enemy. And now, that aside, there's some interesting ammo. So here we have fragmentation ammo. Fragmentation ammo does nothing to mechs, does nothing to vehicles, I think. It just destroys forests and commits war crimes. Because if you look, needs an 11, rolls a 12, 20 missiles hit. Infantry platoon hit by fragmentation missiles. Damage double to the open. Change from 40 from now infantry armor changes damage from 40 to 20, but that's still 20. That is, oh, that is gross. That is a lot of people just dying. And Gordana Banana misses. And that's it. All right. What a turn. Here we have a longbow that's going to kick an urban mech in the face on 3. Oh, goodness. Does it hit? It does, in fact, connect. And it destroys the right arm, destroys the AC-10, and continues in the right torso. Boom. Ouch. Can be prime better than fuel air on infantry. Yeah. It's... I'm remarking how difficult it is to kill infantry when you don't have infantry killing weapons. But when you have infantry killing weapons, they vanish. They just... Oh. As a friend of mine might say, it's kind of a gear check. Do you have things to kill infantry? Yes, infantry are not a problem. Do you not have things to kill infantry? Oh my gosh, they are a pain in the butt. Alright. Sherry, we already know. Not Sherry. We're Hopscotch. Hopscotch, we already know where you are going to go. You're going to go right there. Yep. Or artillery applies damage to each troop or 2. Yeah, artillery... In normal play, you don't see a lot of artillery because in advanced various tournaments and other competitions will allow you to bring either battlefield support points or battlefield support strikes, or allow you to spend BV or whatnot to add artillery or other sort of strikes to your force or composition. All right. What do we want to do here? They haven't moved yet, so all right, Gordana Banana, recklessly move again, and not move very far, but we're going to do it. Ooh, we need to make 2 PSRs. Yes. Her name is Banana Peel. She's going to do it. Now Edith is a murder machine, so Edith is going to definitely turn this way and try to kick that locust. That is now Edith's goal. For a reminder to people, we're actually going to pull that up right now. We're going to go to personnel. We're going to find Edith. And we're going to read out, Edith has no patience for nonsense. She cuts through distractions and emotions, keeping her mind locked into the mission. While others get lost in doubt or debate, she moves forward with ruthless efficiency. Ruthless. She knows there's things in front of her to kill. She is going to try and kill them. That is exactly the goal. Now your gun... Do you want to back up recklessly into heavy woods? Yeah, you can do that. Now again, needs 4. Your gun as our main character has natural aptitude piloting, so instead of rolling 2d6, he rolls 3d6 and keeps the best 2. So getting a 4 should be virtually a guaranteed success for him. I mean, something like 90-something% chance. So we don't have to worry about that. Federated Sun's turn. We are waiting for the AI. We make all of our checks. Excellent. It is time to enter the murder phase. Your gun. You are going to shoot the urban mech. Oh, are you? Let's look at other things here. All right, so hopscotch. What do you want to shoot, hopscotch? You have options. I think it's going to be... Well, what's on your medium laser range? Okay. You did jump. So... I think it's just going to be the PPC on... Let's do the Hunchback. Yeah, Hunchback worldwide. It is a 3-4. It is a Hunchback. It's not the scary, devastating Hunchback, but it is one, and we don't want that thing sitting around here. Speaking of... We have Gordana Banana, who is also going to be making a shot. And let's also fire PPC under the same shot. Let's see if we can get that 20 damage to make it fall over. Got a gun. Their gun is going to make these shots just 2 PPC shots on that locust. Although those might be in minimum range. Yeah, let's double check this. Yeah, they are in minimum range for 6. That is not medium range, so we are going to do that. Done. Same amount of damage, less heat. And we're going to continue on the same targets and just fire all of the medium lasers into that urban mech. All 6. Done. See what happens. Stalker selects SRM 6 due to better damage potential. Okay. Alright. Hopscotch hits with the PPC. We have some misses for the plinth. We have infantry doing interesting things. We have Guillotine Banjo shooting at Whomp. Okay. Banjo is now the enemy. Banjo is now the target because Whomp is a nickname that we find funny. Allied Awesome does things. We have lots of missed shots. We have the Locust that's right near us hit Edith in the longbow for a total of 7 damage. Just plinking off armor. We're not overly concerned by that. The Locust Hello takes some hits from our allied MegaMek but doesn't die. We do want this kill. There we go. Our gun hits with the PPC, hits with the medium laser, and hits with the medium laser. So right leg is gone. Okay, now we can't kick it. Left leg is hit. So it doesn't die, sadly. The Crusader, the enemy Crusader does hit Gordana Banana with an Ep.13, but that's not too punishing. The war crimes continue with more infantry dying. The enemy Stalker is shooting at Whomp. No, we don't like people shooting at Whomp. All right, Edith fires lots of lasers at that urban mech and hits the ammo. It's gone. Alright. The Locust falls, takes hits, stays conscious. Done. So now we can't kick it, so we can't participate in the physical phase, sadly. Whomp Whomp falls, lost a hip actuator. No, we must defend Whomp Whomp. New goal, defend Whomp Whomp. Alright, check BV check. They are at 90%, we are at 93. Alright, things are going alright. Where is Whomp Whomp? No! Whomp Whomp! Why are you in the front? No! Whomp Whomp! Whomp Whomp. Oh, goodness. Okay, okay. We want to set a priority target of the guillotine. Priority, yep. Okay. Telling them to shoot at Banjo, because Banjo's the one that dealt a lot of damage to Whomp Whomp. We need to move forward and act to defend. Now, systems, where are the jump jets? We have heat sinks in the legs, great. So, Hopscotch can definitely jump into water here and get right behind this Crusader, but potentially offer a secondary shot. Yep. We're doing it. On a 3. Taking some risks here. But we're fine with that. Alright. Got a gun. It's going to turn around here and charge forward this way. Yep. Edith, you're going to stand still. You're going to fire lasers at the locust in front of you and missiles at things that are not in front of you. Not Edith. Gordana Banana will do that, I think. No. She's going to continue moving recklessly and go forward this way. Yep. Yep. Movement phase. All our guys succeed. Whomp Whomp tries to stand up and does not do a thing. Enemy locust ejects. Great. Okay. Whomp Whomp is standing, which is good or bad. We will find out. Alright, our gun's in position to shoot at the Crusader from the rear on 11s or 10s onto the Stalker. You don't like that Stalker. And 10s are better than 11s, so we're just going to fire the PPCs. We're not going to waste... Well, there's an interesting thing. It's all at long range, so let's take a look at why it's a 10. +1 for blowing sand, +1 for intervening woods. Strong gale, +1 the LB, the cluster ammunition modifier, that's why it's slightly lower. But we are just going to fire the PPCs and not waste ammo on that high percentage. Sherry Hopscotch has 16, so she has some extra heat capacity for being in the water. Built up 8 already because she's kind of been gaining stuff, but we are definitely going to fire all of these lasers into the back of the Crusader. I'm okay with this. Overheats by 4. That's not enough to actually get a penalty. Gordana Banana is also in the rear of this Crusader. On 10s, worldwide on 9. The thing to remember is a 10 is a 17% chance to hit. A 9 is a 28. That is significant. Oh, LB10 on infantry is also fun. Yeah, because each pellet is a single attack for 1 damage. It murders infantry for sure. But all right, Gordana Banana, you are going to continue shooting at the Hunchback. Done. And now, ooh, we're going to capture that pilot. Edith is going to capture that pilot, but do we have anything worth shooting with missile range? We have 10s and we have 10s. We have limited ammo. We're not doing it yet. We're not pulling the trigger on those missiles just yet. We're going to move a little closer. Alright, our gun misses. Sadly. Banjo keeps shooting at Whomp Whomp, and we don't like that, but only hits with a large laser. Hunchback shoots at Hopscotch. Only hits with a single medium laser. And he gets a glancing blow, so we're okay with that. Laser pistols. Scorpion shooting at Whomp Whomp. Come on, Whomp Whomp, we need you to pull through. You have a funny name. Whomp Whomp being shot at by a lot. Oof. Oh no. Also heat sink. Oof. Ah. Flamer platoon's gone. Destroyed by Loudmouth, yep. Loudmouth with those horrible LRMs. We have the LRM carrier number 2 shooting at Whomp Whomp. Whomp Whomp is, I don't think we're gonna be able to save Whomp Whomp, but we're gonna try. Am I just doing this to say Whomp Whomp over and over again? I might be. Alright, they're kicking infantry. Their stalker tried to kick infantry and fell. Okay, excellent. We like that. We like seeing that. 90 to 88. Remember, our goal is to just make it through the map. We don't actually have to kill everything. However, we can. Yeah, Ergun, I actually really want him in that position to turn and move into the step 1. So, yes, we're going to do that. Plus, we want to try and save Whomp Whomp. Edith is calm and precise. She is not going to be moving recklessly, but she is going to run forward. Gordana Banana. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. There we go. Yes. Hopscotch, what can you do that is potentially interesting? Playing with the new test rules for entering water. So no, there is a special version of MegaMek, if I believe correctly, that has added the new rules. And you know what? I actually haven't looked into the MegaMek options. I don't think you can change it. Yeah, client settings, game options. Yeah, you can't change rules in the middle of a game, but I wonder if that is probably in advanced ground movement. Yeah, I don't think they've updated the standard version of MegaMek to apply with that. The latest milestone has 1 and 2, but not the others. Okay. Yeah. I'll state for the record, I think some of the proposed changes, largely the ones they've already abandoned, are not good. Specifically, the change in 2 hit tables. See that in combat here. Attack Ops, 3-arm crystal float. Attack Ops. Gothic Dazzle mode. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, they added Gothic Dazzle mode. That's not bad. Okay, here's some unofficial options. No through armor criticals. Boo. Put a max indirect gunfire always possible. Yada yada yada. K2 reduces pipe damage on ammo explosion. Attack Ops picking up units. Alright, now I'm curious. Yeah, I don't know where that would be necessarily. We don't need to actually look and find that right now. But I just know if you do the math, the proposed side tables they initially came out with, where effectively you use the regular front table, but any hit that would go to, let's say if you're on the right, any hit that would go to the left goes to the right. effectively makes it so that damage distribution is only on one side, and that makes it so that mechs die the fastest. If you do sort of an average distribution of hits for a generic mech damage coming in, it makes it so that the left and right arcs, when you're attacking them, mechs die, I don't know how to phrase it, but mechs die the fastest, right? So it is, mechs are from that position, mechs are most vulnerable from those arcs instead of the rear. You do not actually want to shoot from the rear using those rules. You want to shoot from the left or right side, and continuously hitting from those arcs, mechs will die so fast. I'm so happy they abandoned the rules. As someone who does tournament organizing and planning and has a competitive league throughout New York State, like, I would never, even if those rules were official, those side hit charts, I would never, ever, ever have used them. So very happy that that part of the playtest packet is gone. Where the heck was I? Hopscotch. Hopscotch should be hopping somewhere to do something. I'm looking at getting behind Banjo. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is only 4 hexes. That is directly in the rear. We don't want to stay behind the Crusader here. I like being by water. I do think that even though it's only 4 hexes of jump, it is the optimum position just from the woods and everything else and heat efficiency. So we're going to do that. Their Stalker falls, hits its head. Great. Gordana succeeds. We succeed with all of our piloting checks. Alright. Your gun. Your gun, you need to defend Whomp Whomp, but that's also on 10s. Shooting the rear of the Crusader is on 7s. What about the Stalker? 9s? Ugh. I think our choice really is... I think that the Crusader from the rear is our best choice. See if we can plop 30 damage onto it, and we could overheat for 10 more damage, but no, it's not worth it. Alright. Longbow, Plinky Longbow on 12s. And that's it? Nope. Hopscotch in the back of Banjo. You are going to be firing some of your lasers, but not all of them. We're going to fire 3 of them. Staying overheating a little bit. Gordana Banana, you've been punching at the Hunchback. But that Crusader is just such a nice target. You are right on the right side. Is it in range of your medium lasers? Yes. So we are going to, in fact, do a little bit of that fun. Done. Alright. Woo! This is why I was so excited to see that all of our guys got edge for that clandestine operation, because our gun has used 2 of his edge already, 2 of his 3 edge, to avoid a head hit from an AC2. Fantastic. Alright, Banjo shoots at Whomp Whomp. No! Whomp Whomp. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Loses his right torso, center torso remaining. This might be the last turn for Whomp Whomp. Their gun hits the left torso rear, gets a critical. Okay, misses with some other things, so that's hurtful, that's painful. Whomp Whomp is dead. We've lost Whomp Whomp. Oh, it's a sad day. Who killed him? Who killed Whomp Whomp? The Stinger. The Stinger must die. Stinger SG3G. This Stinger right here must die. If we kill that Stinger, we win. That is now what happens. Alright. Enemy Crusader. Whomp, whomp, whomp. Yes. Exactly. Hopscotch does actually get hit from a glancing blow. Not much. Not much damage. SRM and machine gun. Wolverine. Whomp Whomp in its dying breath deals some damage to the Stalker. LM carrier number 2 shoots at Whomp Whomp and misses, but Whomp Whomp is already dead at that point. Gordana Banana does not continue the rear torso damage. I don't think she was in the rear anyway, so yeah, right side table. Doesn't matter, but... Physicals. Kick. On a 5. Into the rear of Banjo. Yes. Okay, lots of interesting stuff there happening on infantry, but we want to see Hopscotch. 12 damage to the left leg. Fantastic. Stinger falls. Guillotine does not fall. Alright. They beat us on initiative. They are 86. We are at 85. Yeah, we don't. Again, we don't have to actually fight, but it's not a bad idea. Can we recklessly walk there? Yeah, I can only walk into water. This moves us into partial cover territory on a walk. If we do that, we build a TMM. But it's on a run. I think they're going to be busy shooting at other things, so we are going to recklessly walk there. Going to run one space into woods. Yep. Alright, Hopscotch. You can jump somewhere, but we're not going to focus on that just yet because we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No torso twist because she's probably going to move into that heavy woods the next turn. So there we go. Yes. Hopscotch, where do you want to go? You want to murder that stinger. There's also LRM carrier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is actually a perfect position to be in to hit those LRM carriers. Nothing is in your rear. You have woods blocking line of sight from a bunch of other things. And we want those to go. Alright, your gun. What can you shoot? Lots of things. You can shoot the stinger. I don't know if that's the murder stinger, but it is a stinger. It's got to be the murder stinger. Yep, your gun is going to shoot. Yep, and try to take revenge. Obviously, we have to fire at Loudmouth. It's not saying which one's a mouth. Show me the details. We want the 3-4. We want that one, yes. And we want lasers. And we are going to overheat by a bit into this one because we want to destroy the LRM carrier. Gordana Banana. Gordana Banana, what are you going to do? You have lots of options. You have been focusing a lot on Worldwide and that Crusader. Oh, and you are in a precarious position. I think... I think you do, in fact, want to fire all of that. Done. Alright. Edith and the Longbow has options at bad numbers. And that's always annoying. Long range and running. We gotta get her some specialization into missiles because we're always gonna like a fire support person. What does she even have? She has hot dog. She likes overheating. She's a 2 gunnery and she's still shooting on 11s. Oh, it's all the other stuff that's happening. Yeah, 2 gunnery, 2 strong gale. I mean, that effectively makes her a 4, 8 for long range, 10 light wood. Yeah, that's the strong gale is what's hurting her. Strong gale is apparently really bad on missiles. So, yeah. Alright, infantry are doing some stuff. Her gun gets hit for 1 damage from an AC2. Really not liking that pike support vehicle right now. Their gun... Ooh, 1 internal structure left on that left leg for the murder stinger. LB hits with a solid slug. 2 internal structure remaining on the center torso. That thing it's going to be killed by a stiff breeze at this point. It falls, it might destroy itself. And that is 20 damage. It could fall. Alright, worldwide. Okay, hits Gordana Banana for 10 damage, 15 damage because the medium laser hit. Allied MegaMek fires a bunch of AC5s and AC2s, doesn't amount to much of anything. Hopscotch destroys Loudmouth. Boom. Hopscotch got a kill. And just exchanging fire between allies. We have Gordana Banana hit with a bunch of guns onto worldwide. So Gordana took 15 damage from that hunchback and dealt 16. Dealt 16 damage. Alright. Maybe not the greatest of trades, but it is something. Hopscotch is going to kick LRM carrier. 0 armor remaining. Oh! So close to death. And we lost another infantry platoon. I mean, that was round 7. Those infantry started basically face first on the same hexes as those mechs, and they're lasting through turn 7. Here we go. We're 85, they're at 77. We are making it past the halfway point with a bunch of our mechs very soon here. Your gun, do you have heat sinks in your legs? You do not. Alright, we're just going to walk you into the water. Longbow. Alright, I think it's time you actually move recklessly and get into a better position. Gordana Banana. Let's walk you into these woods. Alright, Hopscotch. You have choices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Yes, jump into those woods. Or you are at 6 heat. You kind of want to cool off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't make it to the water. Yep, so heavy woods it is. Shoot that pike support vehicle. Alright, got a gun. You do not have shots on that stinger. Where is that? Stinger's right there. Okay. So in which case, take a look here. Can we scroll down on this? Let's scroll up. So each of these squares is 5 health. That hunchback is not looking too healthy at the moment. It's not time to open up with the cluster shots just yet, so we are going to solid slug the heck out of that thing. Hopscotch, we already know what you're gonna do. We're trying to cool off, so yes, only 1 laser into the pike. Gordana Banana, you are hoping that your gun opens up some slots on that hunchback, and you are going to fire lots of little 2 damage hits into it. Edith, do you actually have a good shot now? Alright, hold on. I hit the R button. There we go. Yes, medium range. Yeah, we're gonna actually shoot. We're gonna try to guarantee that the hunchback dies. Hunchbacks have a lot of guns. It's worth it. Alright, Pike misses. Our allied awesome misses. Banjo the Guillotine hits the unnamed Warhammer, the large laser, and really hurts it, but it's unnamed. Worldwide, the Hunchback hits with a few guns for a total of 15 damage again into Gordana Banana. Got a gun, destroys the left arm of the Hunchback in return. Hits with a PPC and the LB-10. Hits the total 30 damage into it. We have 4, 4, and 2 armor remaining in several locations. So there's a good chance a bunch of damage really hurts it. Hopscotch does hit with the medium laser to not much effect. It's just sort of stripping armor. Allied Warhammer does some nice damage into the enemy stalker. 20 damage total. Maybe it'll fall. Gordana Banana, this is the important one. Hits with the medium laser into the center torso of the enemy hunchback. Okay, armor remaining. There we go. Left arm transfers into left torso. That's 5 armor destroyed. Internal structure no crit. Machine gun misses. Machine gun hits. 2 armor remaining in the left leg. All right, 1 SRM misses on 5. Come on, Gordana. SRM hits and nothing. No criticals. So many rolls. So many opportunities. And she does not connect. Nor does Edith. But Edith is rolling 8s, not 5s. Hunchback doesn't fall. Stalker does fall. Not too much effect from there. Okay. No physicals. We are continuing on. They are at 74. We're in the 80s. Gordana is in the yellow here, which I do not like. I'm on the MegaMek mode. I need to be in the Mech Bay mode. And the screen is moved. So, shucks. Yeah, I moved this screen, and so there we go. Sorry, I've migrated things so you can't quite see it. Okay, and yeah, the label isn't quite working, so I'll get rid of the nameplate, but I'll try to keep this section here, this a little bigger, so you can more easily see the health bars of the units. I'll even make that a little bigger. There you go. So you can see my mouse now, extra big. Edith the longbow, Gordana here. You can see the yellow health bar. Hopscotch here and air gun here. Very tiny on my actual screen, but you can actually now kind of see. We'll move it a little bit more slightly up. So there we go. All right. You guys can see the health a little bit more on the display. Now, where were we? We are moving. We are movement turn. We are better at language than we think. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, because we are changing elevation there. That is TMM2. Or TMM1 walk. Torso twist. Firing arc is everything, but we're gonna wait. We're gonna move the longbow up first. Yes. Alright. Now air gun. Air gun wants to kill that stinker, which hasn't moved yet. Gordana Banana is going to recklessly move into that heavy woods. And turn. There. Yep. Worldwide is suffering. Crusader there. Stinger hasn't moved yet. Hopscotch might be able to handle the Stinger, so we will move air gun forward and torso twist. Yes, because again, our goal is to cross the map. We don't actually get salvage. Oh, Stinger hasn't moved. We have hit Banjo in the... Actually, not in the rear. Banjo's not been hit a lot. Hopscotch has cooled down. Can move there. And I'm okay with that. 3 hexes is short range for medium lasers and within 1 hex of minimum range for the PPC. So Hopscotch might be able to Alpha Strike blast into the rear of Banjo. Let's take a look at that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easily run. So we are actually, yes, I think we are going to Alpha Strike into the rear of Banjo. Here, gun wants to kill that Stinger, and the Stinger is in the open. Beautiful. I think this is a time for a cluster hit. On 7s, yes. and 1 PPC. We have 2 medium lasers, which we're going to, as a secondary target, shoot at worldwide. That's what we're going to do there. Gordana Banana. Not in the rear of the Crusader. The Crusader has taken a lot of damage to left torso rear. So it would be good to get in the rear of that at some point, possibly with Hopscotch, possibly with Gordana. But right now, we do want to, in fact, kill worldwide. And in fact, let's clear that. So we want to hit, we want lots of hits, not big hits. So we don't actually want to fire the PPC. We want the medium lasers. Might as well fire the machine guns. We got them. And SRMs. There. Done. All right. Edith. Edith is getting closer and closer into good positions here. Stalker on 9s. Scorpion on 10s. Worldwide on 8s. Worldwide's probably not going to live. I don't want to spend the ammo on that. This Crusader on 9s. Stalker on 9s. That Stalker is pretty darn hurt, and I want to continue that pain. We do have enough heat sinks to include some medium lasers on a secondary target, so we're going to do that. Alright, Hopscotch. Gets some rear damage, but not as much as we were hoping into Banjo. AC2's miss on the Spike support vehicle. Their gun does in fact get the kill on the Stinger. Whomp Whomp has been avenged. Alright. Then we have Allied MegaMek hits the Stalker, crits on heat sinks. Gordana takes 5 more damage from the horrible Stinger that we hate and we murdered. Stalker continues to take more damage. I still a good number of crits on it. Aberration, the Stinger, does hit Gordana. The head is rerolled with edge. Whomp Whomp dies to an ammo explosion from Gordana. Gordana gets the kill. And continues to devastate it. There we go. Edith hits with 1 medium laser. And Allies still does have some infantry on the field. Done. No physicals. Time is 8:13. Alright, they're at 62%. We are getting close. I think we're more likely, at this point, we're more likely to kill them. We still have a lot of map to traverse. It is slow going. It is PSRs. I think we are... I think we're just going to go for kills at this point. I don't think there's any point in just pretending like we're going to leave the map. So we're going to do that. Alright, Longbow. You're just going to skip. You're going to stand still. You're going to blast with your missiles. That's the goal. Banjo. Oh, overheated by 13. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can jump right there, not shoot any guns, and kick that Crusader. Lyran Scoutland style, yes. Absolutely. Alright, Gordana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to get there. Boo. Alright, Gordana Banana. We know you want to kick. We know you want to kick things. So you're going to walk 1 forward and you're going to fight that grasshopper face to face. It did jump, so its shots are going to probably suck. Your gun, you have shots on things. Like that Stalker. That Stalker's pretty open. Yep. We're doing it. They're shooting that Stalker. Hopscotch, you're not shooting anything. You're there to punch and kick. Boop, 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 boop. All the short range guns from Gordana. Now we have missiles. I mean, I think we have the obvious shot of the Scorpion on 6s, the Stalker on 6s. The Stalker is likely to die from all the other shots coming in at it, so might be important to deal damage to something else. I think the Pike. I think we shoot the Pike with those LRMs, and there's nothing in range of the medium lasers. Done. Alright, speaking of the Pike, glancing blow. 1 damage. Oh, it takes 2 damage. Oh, SRM2, that's why. There we go. Yada yada yada. Lots of misses. Banjo does connect with a medium laser in her SRM6 into Gordana Banana. She does have a good amount of armor remaining. Their gun hits with PPC, PPC, and LB. Oh, look at all those crits. Oh, not enough. We have 1 engine hit. Not enough to kill the Stalker. Let's see if anyone else finishes that job off. Edith does take a PPC to the center torso, but there's still 27 armor remaining there, so she's doing alright. Okay. Allied MegaMek hits the Stalker, doesn't pull off the kill. Their gun does get hit by medium laser for 2 damage because it glances off. That's fine. Enemy Stalker misses with everything. Gordana Banana hits with a medium laser, both machine guns, and none of the SRMs on that Grasshopper. Edith hits the Pike support vehicle with 1 of the LRM-20s for some amount of damage, nothing notable. But now we have physicals where Hopscotch is going to kick the Crusader, Gordana is going to kick the Grasshopper. Ooh, look at that. Hopscotch gets internal on that leg, critical to the hip, to the foot and the hip. Gordana connects on the Grasshopper. Grasshopper misses. Grasshopper falls. Crusader falls. Crusader takes a pilot hit, which is nice. Look at all of that. Grasshopper takes a pilot hit, which is also nice. Oof. Good turn. All right, where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at BV wise? Should be getting close. 58. All right. We're in the bracket. We're in the bracket. This could be the last turn. We only have 8% more to go, and they have a lot of injured stuff. Longbow. I think we do want a reckless walk on top of that hill. It's worth it to get that +1 for walking because it means we could be shooting over a lot of potential trees. Line of sight is much better that way. Crusader has moved, remains prone. Their gun can walk just right there. There we go. Into the water. Effectively gives partial cover. Gordana Banana is stuck in a bit of a pickle. Is in light woods. But can she make it there? No. She can't make it there and turn. Alright. We'll figure her out in a minute. Hopscotch. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes! Hopscotch can get in the rear of that Grasshopper. We're gonna do it. Gordana Banana. Gordana Banana. Kind of hurting armor-wise, but I think she'll be okay against that Grasshopper in light woods. She's just gonna stay still. It's the last turn. She's gonna possibly last turn. She's gonna alpha strike into it. Crusader does not have a good turn. Their gun's fine. Grasshopper falls and then gets up. Okay. All right. Their gun. Now, I would just right-click an alpha strike, but order of operations here is kind of important into the rear of the Crusader because we want the LB to go last. Hopscotch. 19. Yeah, we are going to Alpha Strike into the rear of that Grasshopper. Doubt it's going to do much because that Grasshopper is not particularly hurt. We are still just going to continue plinking. That would send us 6 over. Yeah, we're going to do it. Alright, Longbow. Longbow has the chance for some fun here. Longbow's going to go for that Stalker. And nothing worth medium laser firing into. Alright, here we go. Possibly the last turn. Allied also misses with everything. Enemy pike support vehicle hits with an AC-2, but it glances off of air gun for 1 damage. Air gun hits with both PPCs into the Crusader. Left torso rear, 1 internal structure remaining. We do get a critical hit on ammo, but the ammo bin is empty, sadly. Medium laser miss, medium laser miss. That's both sad. The LB destroys the left torso. Gets that 1 damage in there. Okay. Does not get a kill. Does a lot of damage, does not get the kill. Guillotine Banjo shoots at air gun. Hits with 1 medium laser. The second medium laser that would have hit hits cover. PPC into Edith. We have 9 armor remaining on the right leg. Allied MegaMek does get a couple of crits on the enemy Stalker, but nothing deadly. Hopscotch hits with a bunch of stuff into the rear. I think that's everything. Hits with everything into the rear of that Grasshopper, but only connects to the left torso rear and right torso rear, but does not double connect to puncture through armor, sadly. The Grasshopper does connect with a large laser and a medium laser into Gordana Banana, but does not break through armor. Fantastic. Allied Warhammer shoots the Stalker, destroys the left arm, strips some armor, but nothing too interesting. The Stalker does hit with a glancing blow with a medium laser on air gun. Still there's plenty of armor there. Gordana Banana gets a head hit with a machine gun against the Grasshopper. Connects with a lot here, but nothing too... I mean, that's a whole lot of damage. If that Grasshopper had been any more injured prior to this, if that wasn't a basically untouched Grasshopper, that could have been devastating, but it didn't quite connect. All right, Edith, you hit. Oh, look at all of that. 2 hits to the head, but no explosion, no other engine hits. It's just barely hanging on. Grasshopper falls, crits itself on the leg, but doesn't actually take out anything. Stalker stands. But now that is a prone Grasshopper between 2 mechs that are going to kick it. Kick it on auto hit, yes. Kick it on more than auto hit. Need a -1. Need to defile the laws of physics to miss with that kick. Right leg, no crit. Right torso rear, 7 turn remaining, no crit. Ah. Hopscotch is now at 17 heat. Oh boy, does not shut down. But yeah, that was... And 51. Ooh, we are 2% off. We are 2% off. So close. So close. We have the Stalker, the Crusader, and now that Grasshopper that are just an inch away from death. Alright, Longbow, stay still. Banjo's moved into a position there. Hopscotch, you are going to jump and try to kick Banjo in the face. Gordana Banana, you are going to reckless move. Yes, perfect. This is what you want. You want to try to kick that Grasshopper. No! Oh, the very last possible turn. She succeeded in every reckless movement before this. Every single time she succeeded. But now, on this last turn, she falls. She is still Gordana Banana. Oh boy. Can she attempt to stand? No, she doesn't have enough movement. She's stuck down. Oh boy. You got a gun. Can you save the day? Whew. Banana Peel is up to her name. She does. In fact, she is not getting any closer to escaping her fate of being Gordana Banana. All right. Their gun is in a good position to kick that Crusader. That Crusader is not doing too great. It is standing. It does have 7 heat. Choices, choices, choices. Ooh, here. All right. We have 6 over. Hasn't a new fight or anything. We're already 6 over. Well, medium laser on 7 into the Grasshopper, Pike, this guy. I mean, this is without a doubt going to be the last turn, so we are going to still fire some amount of gun. Longbow. All right, I think if you have good shot, 6s on that Crusader that is not doing great. The Stalker that is not doing great, but there's all these allies there that have a chance to shoot it. I think I actually want to see what the ally shots are doing. All right, Gordana. Yeah, medium laser, machine gun, SRM. Shooting all of it into that Grasshopper. All right. You're gonna overheat. LRMs. Oh, so many choices. All right, our allies are shooting the Scorpion for some reason. So, yes, we are going to missile into that Stalker. That's what I was waiting to see. I was waiting to see if the allies shoot at that freaking Stalker to kill it. Now, there is generally, after you hit the done firing button, a split second where the animations and graphics change before the round report pops up. And that sometimes is kind of anticlimactic because it reveals stuff like that. So we already know something gross happens to that Stalker. But if you also look, the only thing shooting at it is Edith. Edith has murdered that Stalker. So let's see when that happens. All right, Pike support vehicle, shoot some stuff. Guillotine does hit Gordana, but does not breach armor, thankfully. Gordana Banana hits that Grasshopper with a whole lot, but does not breach armor. Oof. Grasshopper shoots Gordana, breaches the armor on the right arm, which is fine, and not by all that much. Spoilers, yes. That's exactly what it is. Spoiler. Her gun hits the PPC on the Grasshopper. Hits the PPC on the Grasshopper. Critical hit on the left leg. Excellent. LB cluster hits a bunch. Connects. Blows off the right arm. Oh, doesn't connect enough to kill it. It is just... Here we go. Here we go. Like, that Crusader is almost dead, but holding on. I always say mechs are either made of balsa wood or titanium. Either they just blow up from an ammo explosion or pilot death, head hits, something just kills them, or the damage is evenly distributed and it lives forever for some freaking reason. Here we go. LRM-20 hit, spattering of damage everywhere, bunch of armoring. LRM-20 also hit. Oh no, oh no. LRM-20 also hit, only gets the critical heat sink. So no, Edith doesn't get the kill. I'm guessing it falls on itself. Let's keep going. Crusader falls. Ammo explodes itself. Okay, great. Ergun. I'm still going to give Ergun the kill for that on that Crusader. Okay. Pilot death. Yeah, 6 total hits. Nastiness. Okay, Grasshopper falls, destroys its own leg. Got it. Here's the Stalker. Roll 1, needs 8, rolls 3, falls. Stalker falls on its left side, suffering 9 damage. 5 damage to right torso. 5 damage transferred to CT. CT takes 5 damage. Armor destroyed. 25 internal remaining. Critical hit on itself. 1 location. Gyro. Takes 4 damage to the left torso. 12 internal structure remaining. Ammo explodes itself. Yep. Ammo explodes itself. I mean, that's going to be the victory right there. I'm going to go ahead and hit it. Because that's 2 mechs down. We were 2% off. Yeah, we can see the end summary here. Yeah, they were at 39%. We were at 79%. Put up my pause screen, so you don't need to see me opening up and saving files. That's. Let's save a record while salvage. Yes, I do. Alright, here we go. Mech HQ. Don't declare your side as controlling the battlefield. The scenario template states that the enemy always retains battlefield control. The enemy retains control. Crusader heavy damage. Yep, I get it. Alright. Pilot Grant, the Hawkman. I don't know who the Pilot Grant was. Grasshopper. Stinger, air gun. Locust, I'm giving it to air gun. The Crusader was air gun. The Stalker, I'm giving it to Edith. There's Edith. I don't know who the... That's the... Oh. I hate it when they tell you the pilot, but not the mech. Because it doesn't even have the call sign, if you look. Grasshopper. I'm going to give that to Hopscotch. I think that Grasshopper fell on ammo, if I remember right, or something. I don't remember. I'm going to call that. I don't know who Grant was. Oh, there's still... Hold on a second. Let's pull up Mech HQ. Can I click it? No? Alright. Show me. MegaMek does not have. Boo! Alright. Gordana will give you a kill, and Edith will give you another kill. Let's just call it that. Reach the north. I mean, we definitely eventually reach the north with all this guys, so I'll say that. Victory. Great! Oh gosh, Edith has 101 experience. Right, we were saving experience for a potential SPA. Alright. Because we wanted... Ooh, boy. We were talking about switching to LRM-15s because she's specializing in a weapon. We don't want it to be LRM-20s, but that's also 143 experience. Sandblaster LRM-20, that gives you a cluster bonus, right? Oh, that pops up here. A pilot with this ability gets a +4, +3, or +2 to the cluster table at short, medium, or long/extended range, respectively, only with a specialized weapon. So, again, LRM-15s, great. Totally worth it. LRM-20s, I don't think so. Range Master. Oh boy. Okay. I know the other day we fought a random enemy opponent that had Range Master Extreme. We don't play with Extreme rules, and boy, that was disappointing. Now, Range Master Long would have Edith shoot at long range and swapping long range for short range, which honestly, if she is going to be an LRM boat, if she's going to be the missile lady, my gosh, that is so good because there's literally one hex of short range that's not within minimum range for LRMs. And that means she's shooting long range at +0. And I think if we are really, really dedicating, save up for Sniper. Sniper halves it, so instead of 0 to 4, it's 0, 1, 2. But I think if we're specifically focusing on Inner Sphere LRMs, Range Master Long is just objective, just better. It's silly. And then we could combine it with Gunnery Missile and a bunch of other things. Sniper is really good, but I think once we switch out to something with LRM 15s, ooh, I don't know. There's lots of good options. I don't think. Oh, we can't. Why can't we get Cluster Master? Is that not enabled? 48. Okay. Cluster Hitter first. Okay, that's why. All right. Blind Fighter. Yeah, there. Oh. There's Cluster Hitter. Cluster Hitter is a +1 to all cluster table shots. Eagle's Eyes, Environmental Specialist. Honestly, having our dedicated fire support person with Range Master Long, I think is just... I think it's really, really good. Like all of those shots that she had that last mission that were on 11s would be on 7s. I think we're doing it. We're giving her Range Master Long in the longbow. It's going to be gross. She's already a gunnery too. Private Camille Cantor, the awesome pilot, who is a 3-4. Has 66 experience. What can we do with that? Current skills. Gunnery. We can upgrade gunnery. We can upgrade piloting. Ooh, what is this guy? Camille is always on the move, always ready for the next challenge, whether it's a battle, training session, or just another long march. She tackles everything with relentless enthusiasm and refuses to slow down. Always an excuse, a clever explanation, or way to shift blame. He might sound sincere, but push comes to shove, he'll disappear, take the better offer, leave others holding the bag. Alright, so this is why Doc got relegated to our secondary position, because he's kind of a butthole. Okay, and he's got a weird speech pattern. We don't like him. So I'm not even going to bother looking at that. Our gun has 59. We'll save it. I think no one else really has experience here that we really care about. I don't think we're going to assign any cosmetic surgeries at the moment. So it's 2 missions in, 8:39. I think we're going to call it here and come back in another 2 weeks. I'm not going to start the convoy escort mission right now. Goodness no. So... thank you everybody for joining me. I will be back in 2 weeks with another Monday Night MegaMek. If there's any changes, I will post them on the Odysseus Legion Discord, on YouTube, on whatever social media platform you may have seen this. So thank you everybody for joining me. Have a great night, and may you roll nothing but 12s.